with YEY, a veteran run podcast where real talk, music, and good vibes collide. We bring you comical relief with our open season episodes and interviews with bands across every genre, from rock to country to hip hop. Catch every episode on Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Or visit us anytime at bsnwityeagley.com. I want to give a big shout out to Ed, the man behind Static Shift Radio, holding it down for rock artists and keeping the scene alive. Go show him some love and check out the website where you can find Static Shift Radio Station and upcoming events. That's staticshiftradio.com. Now, rolling with me, as always, is my co-pilot on the mic, the one and only the Ferg. Big shout out to Disease, the producer, making sure everything sounds clean and tight. Now tonight, we have Black Heart Society, hailing from Orlando, Florida. They deliver a gripping fusion of alternative rock and metal with a sound rooted in a raw energy of the 90s and 2000s. This band transforms emotion into power pairing heavy instruments with lyrics that speak directly to those fighting silent battles. Their mission is simple but profound, to let listeners know they're not alone. Black Heart Society recently released their newest EP, Visions, dropping July 18th. The record explores the human condition through four emotionally charged tracks, each representing a different mental state: grief, anger, optimism, and despair. If you're looking for a band that blends heaviness with heart, storytelling, and emotion with impact, Black Heart Society is one you don't want to miss. So, first question up, guys, is let's kick it off by how did Black Heart Society first come together down in Orlando?
Well, that started with Joe and I, actually. We started off doing covers some years ago. We did a whole cover band scene, played around a few different venues over the years and whatnot, and then we kind of finally decided that we wanted to start writing our own music. We were getting kind of burnt out playing other people's music. So we decided to give it a good try and put the band together. I mean, that's pretty much how it was born. And then we had a couple of changeovers to get to the group of five that we are now.
Awesome.
Well, that kind of leads into the first question that I have for you guys. I was going to make mention of that because, like most bands, you begin doing cover songs, how you build up your fan base, and so on and so forth.
Right.
And so, kind of a two-part question for you. What are or were some of your favorite covers to perform? And then, as you transitioned to original material, talk about that transition and your fans' reaction to that transition.
Yeah, so we covered a lot of 90s alternative. That's kind of was our bread and butter. We we know about the Florida 40. That's the top 40 hits in Florida. That's, you're going to hear everywhere. I hear those every night. I'm actually an audio technician out at City Walk. So I hear the Florida 40 every night. So I was like, we
Right.
got to switch it up a little bit. So we were doing what? Oasis, Nirvana, Green Day. And we're doing our own little spin on it, a lot of it, because, female vocalists, a lot of male vocal bands. We thought we could kind of deliver a different punch to things. So that's what we started doing. Favorite covers, I would say, I really like the ones that weren't, I guess they weren't super popular with the crowd, but we always enjoyed playing them. Like Nude by Radiohead off their In Rainbows album.
Oh,
We really
okay.
enjoyed playing that one. Same thing with Weird Fishes off the same album.
Brainstorm.
Brian Storm
And Arctic
from
Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys was really fun.
Yeah.
Breed from Nirvana was really fun.
Oh, man, yeah.
Just stuff that we could dance to, or like just kind of get like put our heads down and be musicians to. Colby, what's your favorite, buddy?
I always, I mean, I'm kind of in the same wheelhouse, just on the kind of other side of the pond in the 90s, 2000s area. I'd say a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're one of my favorite bands. So anytime I get to play some John Frusciante is always fun.
Oh, heck yeah.
Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. I love playing. I like playing Rooster. I don't think we've ever covered that one as a band, but
I
that
think
was
we did
always
cover
Before you joined us.
Yeah, we did
It was
cover
a
Oh,
while
well.
ago. Yeah.
There you
Probably bring
go.
it back.
Yeah, that's those are kind of my favorites. And then you can get into I like being challenged when I play covers. So I like to play a lot of Rush, a lot of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, stuff like that, just to,
Okay.
give myself a little challenge.
I laugh
Heck
when he
yeah.
says I laugh when he says challenge. We actually actively still have a cover band gig that we do every other Thursday downtown, where it's karaoke gigs, and I'll call out the most obscure shit for him to have to learn on the
I hate
fly. Like we played "Livin' La Vida Loca"
Ricky Martin.
the other day
Yeah.
for Ricky Martin. We played the Pokemon theme song. This
That was
last
a
Thursday
request.
as a request.
Yeah.
That one was pretty fun
Um,
though.
We
Yeah.
covered a Kid Cudi song and a Kanye song that was both requests, and we're just kind of, we just kind of fumble our way through it and hope for the best. It's
Really test
but
them.
it's fun. It's fun watching Colby sweat over there because I'm just playing bass, so I'm watching his hand, see what he's doing, and following.
It's a little different. It's a little different when you have the main melody line, and you're trying not to mess it up.
The only one I've
Right.
ever had issues was "Forget You" by CeeLo Green, because I forgot how long that bass line is, and I was like, oh, I gotta pull this one off the fly because it's a super important part of the song.
Heck yeah.
So,
What about your fan reaction as you transitioned over to original material?
1 second, Ferd. Connor, do you have a camera? Or
I'm unable to at the moment. I'm at work,
Okay.
but
Gotcha.
Oh, hey, jump in there with some audio for
We
it.
made it though.
Okay,
Hi,
just wanted
Connor.
to check before we moved forward. All right.
So to answer your question, we actually definitely didn't combine the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We started from scratch completely and like actively tried to keep those like a separate thing. Just because we wanted to feel like getting in the cover scene, we understood like how corporate and kind of standard it was. And
Mhm.
when we first started Blackheart, we were still pursuing covers as, a means of like just general like income and just trying to keep that going. So we totally separated the two ventures so that we could definitely be our true selves when we did Blackheart and not feel like, oh, there's like this other image or something. So that we started from scratch. There's no transition.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had our group of friends who would come out
Yeah,
to see
our
us,
friends
and
for
they
sure.
know us, and so they
Yeah.
like, hey, where are you playing tonight? And we're like, well, we're playing an original show.
Mhm.
So actually, funny enough, Blackheart's first show ever was in the middle of a cover show down at
Yeah.
Tanqueray's downtown.
They're super supportive of
We
presenting
had been
original
writing
stuff.
for a little bit. We had like 3 songs put together, 4 songs put together,
Mhm.
and we were like, honestly, let's just throw it in the middle of this 3.5 hour set and just go for it.
Yeah.
And we got really good reception downtown. That's what started Blackheart out the gate,
Mhm.
and then it's just hit the ground running ever since then.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
So, to follow up with that, someone that's never heard you before, how would you describe the band Black Heart Society?
That's a good question.
You did a pretty good job introducing us. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
pretty much
you covered it.
pretty much what we read on our Spotify is a pretty good personification of
Yeah.
who we are and what we play.
Yeah.
We get the problem is we came in with a vision of what we wanted to be, or at least we thought we wanted to be, and then our sound changed pretty drastically as members changed, and that's only been a positive thing. I'm saying that in a positive light. Like with the original lineup, we all had very different backgrounds than what we have right now. So like we had a rhythm guitarist who was more into, what was he, like Christian metal was like his kind
But
of like his
also
thing.
like a lot of emo and
But like a lot of emo, so like he was like a Switchfoot guy. That's what he grew up on and things like that. Our drummer came from a country background actually,
and covers.
and
extensive
covers, like extensive covers.
Yeah.
He was a cover artist in Aspen, Colorado for a while.
Mhm.
And then from there also we had our lead guitarist who was a Hispanic descent, so he grew up playing a lot of like reggaeton.
But he also
and-
likes a lot of the 90s.
Right,
and
a lot of
2000s,
90s.
he
And
did
so
huge Arctic Monkeys
it was
fan.
it was a little weird because we were trying to find that sound, because like me and Vanessa inherently are more metal leaning. Like
Mhm.
my day-to-day listen is usually some form of metal, death metal, thrash metal, whatever it is. That's usually what I'm listening to on the day-to-day. With some influence of indie as well, but like that's where I kind of pull my stuff from. So like handing it over to the guitarist was a little weird for us because they were like, okay, well we can write this, and it sounded more 90s alt. But then we started to get, when we brought in Connor and Colby, Colby still has that 90s background, that's his thing, but like he's got a pretty wide knowledge of metal, and Connor's metal knowledge is way more vast than mine. I've learned, he'll just say a name of a band, I'm like, I have no clue who that is.
Yeah. Corey brings that classic sound to it.
Yes,
as
and
well,
then
he's
Corey,
got-
Corey, our
Yeah.
drummer, definitely a big Iron Maiden guy. He
Yeah.
loves
Awesome.
that whole scene. So it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Also,
changed who we
big Rush
are.
guy too, which is awesome.
Yes, Rush is
Also Big Rush. Yeah, those two click together on that stuff, and then
Yeah.
we just kind of sprinkle
Heck
in.
yeah.
I'd say from an outside perspective, I think we get mostly compared to Evanescence as our sound. That's kind of our running joke now with us. Is like, hey, yeah, we're Evanescence again. Love us, please.
There you go, Ferg.
We
There you
love
go,
them. We just didn't want people to think it was like an intentional thing.
Right.
It's I don't know. I like me personally, I would never go out the gate like comparing myself to them. But then it's just been like, I mean, every show there's at least like a couple of people that have brought that up. So we're kind of accepting our fate now.
not so much to me and the guys, but more so to Vanessa.
Yeah.
Not too many people talk to Colby. Does anybody ever talk to you after the shows? Nobody ever talks to me.
Yeah, I get it. I get a few. I get a few here and there.
Dude, nobody comes up to me, man. It's always her, and I'm always just like, yeah, there she is, man. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Yeah, she's the front woman, so it makes sense.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, I get a few here and there. It's like, oh my gosh, you're so good. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Connor, what about you, man? Do you get people?
Not really.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, you're usually with me. Me and
Yeah.
him usually break off and hide somewhere.
And no one gives a shit.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I love all those influences that you mentioned. Especially, I'm a huge '90s alternative rock fan. I'm a huge hard rock, metal, definitely a blues fan. And you guys mentioned a lot of different bands that influence your musical style. But I want to have some fun here because if you read the bio, Vanessa, you mentioned Sufjan Stevens, a multi-instrumentalist and American folk musician that I would have thought that I would have found his name in the middle of all those other metal artists, and I think that's really interesting because he really is an eclectic young man and has some fantastic material. So how do you incorporate a little bit of Sufjan into some metal and into an Evanescence sounding band?
So, Sufjan and Tom York from Radiohead, those two are primarily my main inspirations for lyrics. So I'm the lyricist for the band. I do the melodies and the lyrics for all our songs, and I think I regard them as like masters of their craft when it comes to putting words together in a very impactful way and clever ways.
Right.
Their use of language is I think it's very artful. So because I view lyrics like poetry, and I know that's like a weird thing for some people. I've heard that they like take issue with them, like songs aren't poetry because you repeat things and it's not, it's not that elegant, but I feel like it can be, and I feel like those examples are in the works of Radiohead and of Sufjan Stevens. When you read them out without a melody, it still reads so beautifully. So I've always been a writer. Growing up, English was my favorite topic. I've taken poetry classes and whatnot. So I wanted to bring that in, that the other like artistic hobby side of me into our music and make our lyrics stand out in a way that's going to be, I guess, more thought-provoking.
Well, I've always enjoyed that, and I appreciate that you mentioned that because one of my favorite bands, REM, does that as well. And so I really love that. Speaking of Suyan, again, what do you think of the predatory wasp of the Palisades?
Great
Have you
song.
listened to that one?
Great one.
Amazing
Oh,
song.
yeah.
Great
Oh,
album.
yeah.
We actually, funny enough, own the misprint version of that
Uh-huh.
album. We're vinyl collectors, and that was one of the first ones. We were like, we got to find the Superman print of that one because they got
Yes.
because it didn't get approved. So then it switched to the clown with the clown with the blues.
Yeah.
But we have the
Right.
we have the Superman print of
And
that.
the versions of it, yeah.
It's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Tell you what, guys, listening to your songs, which, you know, it was a very short amount of time since we scheduled this, right? But I tell you what, driving to work and coming back from work and listening in the studio, and I could tell you I picked out a few songs, and I went through your lyrics, and you know, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to play "Paralyzed" for the audience,
Okay.
and then I'd like to break down the lyrics if you don't mind,
Yeah,
and
sure.
see what you think. You know,
For sure.
all right. So disease is gonna mute all of us because it'll affect the sound quality of the
Sure.
song.
Yeah.
So afterwards he'll unmute us.
Tear escaping and blinking eye remains fixated on nothing. I'm paralyzed. Mind that spirals into the void, drowning in the past life. Open my eyes. No. Nightmare forming in waking light. Fear that numbs me to the world. I'm paralyzed. Like lamb to slaughter, I'm just the fodder, feeding the monster in my mind. I cannot fight. No. I'm paralyzed. You might think I'm crazy, but I just lose in my mind. Need someone to save me, but I'm running out of time. There's no escaping once it takes me. One track mind that can't rewind. I'm paralyzed. Nothing can wake me. The spell I'm under grabs hold and drags me through the ground. I'm screaming now. I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed.
I tell you, Vanessa, you spoke your lyrics as like poetry, right? And I agree. And there's a few lyrics that, you know, now I don't, you let me know if I'm wrong in interpreting this, but a tear escaping, unblinking eye remains fixated on nothing. I'm paralyzed. Seems that the individual or yourself, being the writer of the song, is crying out without control and involuntary emotional release. You're frozen in place and too numb or shocked to react to physically. Their stare is the stare is empty, and your mentality disconnected from the world around. They feel yourself. You feel emotionally and mentally frozen, unable to move, think, or act.
I mean, yeah, you pretty much hit it dead on. Um, when I wrote this, it was kind of in the middle of thinking through like the feeling of grappling with like shock or like a panic attack. So I kind of wanted to embody that with this song and describe it with more, I guess, elegant imagery. When it really isn't. So it's kind of contrasting in that way that it's not. I mean, I don't know if anyone else here has experienced something like that, but it's not a good experience and it's very raw and very like unnerving.
I tell
And
you,
so this kind of puts it in more of almost like a lullaby form, I think.
I tell you, being a veteran, you know, I can, you know, you get in those down moments, you know, and I guess that's why I picked up on some of your lyrics the way I did. Um, you know, another one, a mind that spirals into the void, drowning in a past life, opened my eyes. Oh, then, like yourself, thoughts of spinning out of control,
Mm.
descending into an anxiety of darkness, and, you know, overwhelmed by the past pain, memories, or trauma. And that's what I mean, myself interpreted it.
Yeah. No, I think that's pretty accurate. I mean, that's the thing too, the way that I write as well. I like to, I draw everything I've written, um, with the exception of Fallen Angel, but that was a little bit more fun, and I've only kind of partially experienced that and through like other people experience. But with everything else that I've done is obviously it's drawn from my own life and my own experiences. So I think that it's nice to have people be able to see themselves in it at the same time. So I don't ever get too specific. Like I don't put names in songs and be like, you specifically did like this event happen necessarily. A little bit remember, but it's still I like to kind of leave it a little bit open ended for people to interpret the way that like can see themselves fitting into the song so that they can connect to it better.
Absolutely. And I don't want to take up the whole time, so I have one more portion that I'd like to say. Um, I'm just the fodder feeding the monster in my mind. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot fight. No, I'm paralyzed. And it seems like you feel disposable, like you're being consumed by your own inner turmoil. The fear, the trauma, the anxiety, the depression grows stronger. You're battling with your inner demons, and just a raw emotion from the lyrics. You know, you could pick them. I could pick them up, listening to it, and you know, towards the end of the lyrics, it's reinforcing the theme of emotional helplessness, and I think a lot of us has, we can, you know, we've had some sort of this particular moment in our life, and I think that's why your lyrics, and I don't want to just hit on the lyrics, the band itself, man, your music, the drums, the bass, the guitarists, y'all do amazing together, I mean, it brings it together, and I really enjoyed them listening to the music.
Appreciate it. That was kind of fun that you brought that one up. We are like kind of in the middle of kind of reworking some stuff with our music. That one was actually recorded before we had the rest of our band with us. That was before some turnover. So the only ones on that are still in the band is Joe and I. So yeah,
That's an older one.
that one would
Yeah.
be due probably for a re-record, maybe a little bit reimagining.
I think we're gonna have to
instrumental
rework on that one a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely wouldn't change the lyrics on it. I think those are set.
Going to the musical side of things, and let me say up front, it's definitely a high compliment that you're compared to Amy Lee and Evanescence.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
definitely not a knock against the band. That's a high praise,
I
if
agree.
you ask me. And I hear that
Yeah.
probably more prominent than ever on the song Threshold, but there's a lot going on here, and I think there's something for everybody in this one. I'm telling you, I broke it down quite a bit because there's a lot going on here, and I love it.
Yeah.
It begins with a melodic guitar, then joined by another guitar before the whole thing just gets real heavy. And it's kind of some Metallica style riffs there when it does, which leads in to Vanessa joining, and then it slows the melody down again, kind of goes back and forth a few times, heavy, slow, steady, and then back, and then midway between, there's this timely thumping bass and just a short guitar solo. And then when the other guitar comes in, it's almost as if the guitar is singing to the tone and the melody of Vanessa. And then you're joined by the bass and drums again before there's just this ever so small short snippet of a drum solo that reminded me of a Peter Criss Kiss drum solo.
Oh,
That's
And
oh
all
my
throughout.
gosh.
Boy.
That's so funny you said
he
that.
all-
loves these too.
He's never gonna
Yeah,
shut up about that.
Dude, I'm hearing all this, and all throughout, of course, Vanessa's voice is so powerful, and it is reminiscent of Amy Lee. And again, that's a high praise. But I'm hearing all this as I'm listening, and I know there's some powerful lyrics in that, and I know it was written with some political overtones, and you woke up from a drip. But with all this instrumentation, talk to me about the writing process of this song and how all these elements came in there, because I think it's beautiful. I'm hearing so much in there. I love it.
So this song
It
was
was
a bit of a nightmare for us
uh-huh.
as musicians.
Not me.
Because
Yeah.
Colby
Colby got to come in later and add his own flair.
we got some new stuff coming out, by the way. We're writing with
Yeah.
Colby, but so Vanessa comes to practice and goes, I wrote a song again, because she had written pretty much all of our previous songs, including the instrumentals. She'll come at us, she doesn't play an instrument, but she'll come in and start singing at us.
I play a little bit of
So
piano.
she's just
I don't
starts singing
play
in this
keyboard.
this Middle Eastern scale of like, I want to do this, and I'm like, that's fun. And I'm a bassist, but I'm primarily a piano player. So I sat down at the piano and I was like, let me just get you note for note what's going on. And then I went to our other guitarist at the time, who was really versed in theory, and I
really
was like,
good at
how do we
picking out,
how do we zone this into what it needs to be? Ended up being this really ripping riff that we were like, okay, we can get behind this.
I was singing the melody of the riff. I was like, I don't know if the guitar can do this, but I wanted to go dun 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 dun. And then I was dictating the drums, and I was like, pop, pop. It was a mess, but
then we decided to do kind of some more spicy stuff. So like
chorus.
it's the
Switch up
worst
those
thing I've ever
chords.
written for myself, because God, is impossible to hit every time perfectly. But it's a 12-note slide from the C to the high
And
C
the chorus.
on the A string, and it's just that little bit of something that the bass can add without being in the way. That kind of lets me put my stuff in there. Funny enough, that influence came from a really random person. His name, I can't remember his name at all, but he's the bassist for a band called Tornado Rider, who is
Okay.
Rashad Eggleston from Crooked Still. The cello player has a rock group called Tornado Rider. I went to one of their shows and ended up talking to the bass player for about about 2 hours after the gig, just about theory and how he plays bass, and try to understand from him. That's one of the tricks he taught me was like slide to 12. It's gonna give you a little bit of a sprinkle. So that's why I brought it in there.
Heck yeah.
So that was kind of my end of that. You were just kind of singing stuff at us until it came together.
Yeah, so I took a nap one day, and then so basically when I write stuff, I dream them. So I had a dream. Don't remember what the dream was, but I remember the song. So I woke up and I was immediately like, okay, whip out my phone, do the little voice note recordings. I have like hundreds of these. So I had just like the idea for the riff, and like the verse melody was kind of in there, and I kind of just blurted it all out into a recording. And the only line that I had was right at the threshold. And I was like,
Heck yeah.
I don't know why that's there. And then Fall Apart came very shortly after, and I was like, okay, let me like see what I can work around that. And I was just like, let's take it to the band. Let's just see if they can help me like put these on
Heck
actual
yeah.
instruments. So that's where I was coming from though, is I literally just fell asleep and then woke up with a song idea that I was like, it was itching me, and I was like, I had to get this out. But I want to know actually. So Colby joined us after we had already finished recording this EP, actually. So he has just really ripped these solos, and I would like to know what he was thinking, because he does this thing now at the end of it that's not in the recording, which is why we're kind of wanting to rework
Okay.
those maybe, because it's just beautiful. So I'm curious where he's coming from with it.
So for that song specifically, I take a lot of inspiration from like neoclassical music, to kind of in the wheelhouse of Steve Vai, Joe Satriani,
Okay. Heck yeah.
Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yngwie.
So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. For for all the music theory nerds, I think it's somewhere in the realm of like harmonic minor with like a major third in there. I can't remember what it's actually called. But that's kind of like the notes that it's all based around. So when it came time to do the solo, I really liked some of the ideas that the original guitarist had in the song. So I definitely wanted to, when I first came in, I just wanted to do what was on the tracks, because I didn't want to mess anything up.
Right.
But they gave me, I was lucky enough to get a lot of creative liberty when it came to these songs as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I wanted to, make it sound still like the song. So I kind of kept some of the parts. I also took a little bit of inspiration from YYZ by Rush, because the solo is actually in the exact same key. So yeah, that's kind of where I kind of take inspiration from. I just try to rip the solo every time, make it memorable, make the guitar sing, do some fast stuff,
Heck
be
yeah.
like, hey, look, I can play guitar.
Dude, I love that you mentioned that from Rush, because that just doesn't get played on radio, at least not around
No.
here, dude. That
Right.
what an amazing track.
Dude, I've got Signals and Moving Pictures on vinyl on my wall right now. So
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
So funny enough with
So-
that song too, is actually the reason why I ever picked up a 5-string bass. So if you listen toward the end of the
Wow.
track, I go to that low B. I didn't own a 5-string bass. I always swore off them. I hate how they feel. I still hate how it feels over a 4-string. But I was like, this song really needs that extra edge when he gets to Vanessa's vocalization over the solo. I was like, it needs that extra, just that push.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, the unsung hero on this song is definitely Connor's parts. That's those rhythm parts run
Holding
the
that,
whole song.
yeah.
Which it's so funny, because I think it was like the first time Connor played it with us. He played it better than the other guitarist was playing it, because the other guitarists would have like a lot of skips, and I was like, okay, this song's kind of hard to play. As soon as Connor played it for the first time, I was like, okay, we got a song here. Like, this is gonna work. I don't know, Connor, if you want to speak to the rhythms at all on that one.
Threshold, right?
Yeah, Threshold.
Yeah. Threshold.
Yeah. I mean, I think I tried to just do or like add what little bits that I could and still stay faithful to what everyone else was doing. Like, I'm really into gent, Meshuggah, kind of really skippy,
Yeah, okay.
fast right hand type of stuff. So I always tried to squeeze in some like absurdly technical stuff for no reason, just because try to make it sound a little bit different and throw people off a little bit. So if they hear it, it's kind of like hidden in the back. But definitely with I like to match with the kicks, with the kick drum with the drummer a lot, and he's really crazy with that kind of stuff. So we usually like to lock in and do some thrashy stuff like that every once in a while.
Yeah,
Corey's a
Corey.
monster.
I was gonna say Corey's one of the best
Awesome.
things and worst things that ever happened to me as a bassist because I play fingerstyle. So anytime he goes to doubles, I'm like, man, now I got to figure out. Like I had to develop a whole new style of how I play to
Yeah.
just to keep up with him. Like he's.
It is really funny though that you said that the drum solo at the end sounds like Peter Criss, because this dude
Yes.
is the biggest Kiss fan of all time.
Oh, massive.
Dude, me too. Wow.
It is
Massive Kiss
like
fan.
he's
yeah.
got a Paul Stanley tattoo, like everything. Like that is so funny. It was like you nailed it right on the head.
Dude, I've listened to so much Kiss that it just, dude, I don't know. I picked it up right away. I was like, that. I love it. I like finding little tidbits,
Yeah.
tidbits
for
in
sure.
that in your music. And thing of it is, it's amazing because it gives fans something familiar that draws them into a song. And speaking of that, we're about halfway in. Would you guys object if Rob played Threshold for everybody to give them a taste of what we're talking about here?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Do
I
it.
had one more thing I wanted to add about it, actually. I forgot to mention. In terms of like dynamics, and a little bit, I mean,
Mhm.
even using the Arabic scale too, really. For the instrumentation, I was thinking I was very inspired by System of a Down for this one.
Oh, heck.
I'm a huge fan of their
Oh,
music.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, we could totally work that into our sound. Like, and I mean, it's funny, like, ultimately, too, kind of the concept of the lyrics, too, kind of in line with that. But yeah, so I think they make really fun music. So we had a lot of fun with this one.
The Arabic scale is one of my favorites. I like playing in it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It drives me a little nuts, but yeah, you guys, I play root notes. I'm
It's
gonna hang
got,
out to do it live.
you know, it's got all the crunchy tones when you play some chords in there too. It's great.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm
Heck
going to
yeah.
go ahead and pull it up.
Disease, if you'll mute us.
Right at the threshold, fall apart. Rather sleep, so I don't have to think of everything. Now they pull us under, breaking backs to fit their bridges. They're locked inside of cages, waiting for their chance to flee their futures, slowly dimming. They are keeping us down. How can we let this be? Bound to hold up their crowns, choose to be held. Trapped inside hollow life they sold you, hard to climb out of their house of horrors, raised into insanity. So you won't care, the world is caving in around you. They are keeping us down. How can we let this be? How to hold up their crowns? That we can tell. Right at the threshold, fall apart. Right at the threshold, fall apart.
You want to mention that right there?
No.
Thank you.
That was amazing. That
Thank you.
and
Heck yeah.
I see where they get the Evanescence feel. You know, telling you,
That's funny.
awesome. And the music, man, all the guys, you done great.
Much appreciated.
Oh yeah.
That's not me though.
I mean,
I was gonna say.
we know you do great at the show. It will be. Yeah, we are gonna start working on getting his parts in there. So
Heck yeah.
that'll be out
Now-
for sure.
A little behind the scenes work. But yeah, we have some new stuff coming that we're gonna be handling.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All
Hopefully.
right.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
It's-
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, we're excited.
Now, we want to have a little fun with you guys, but do we have time to maybe discuss one other song which seems to be a fan favorite? Seems to be everybody likes your song Fragments really well, which kind of starts off a little bit heavy, kind of like a Chili Peppers vibe there. And what I loved about that one was how, yeah, absolutely. But I love, Vanessa, you're able to raise and lower your voice and tone so greatly on that one, depending on the music that's being played. And I couldn't tell in that one, are they following you? Are you following them? Is it a little of both? Because there's so much good in there. And the way you're able to do that was just amazing. And then right before the bass solo, I think I detected a little finger tapping in there. And to touch on the lyrics, collapse inside your black star, I gasped for breath. You stole the air. Lungs are caving in. I bleed across your eggshells. I mean, God, this is so well written. Talk about the writing process on Fragments.
Yeah. So you came in with the bass line, right?
I didn't come in with a bass line. So this one, I often write songs by accidentally fucking up other things. So I was just messing around with the three finger bar chord, and originally the song wasn't in the key it was in; it was a little lower.
Yeah.
And I was trying to reach the next part of the scale, but my pinky couldn't reach it, so I hit that weird note, and I was like, "Hey, that's kind of cool." So then I mean, we were at practice, and I had a long day at work. I was really tired, and we were trying to writing. We hit a stump, and like we could not get through one of the songs we were writing at the time, which was, I think we were having trouble with I can't say your name at the time.
No, it
No.
was Threshold, I think.
Was it Threshold? We were struggling with Threshold.
I was trying to translate it.
And I got frustrated, so I was like, I'm gonna go sit in the corner and do me while those guys talk because I don't want to deal with this. And I just started plucking at that, and then our guitarist was like, "Wait, what the hell is that?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then it turned into Fragments.
Yeah.
So that's why this song is pretty bass forward. I even have a bass solo in it. Just because they were like, keep writing shit. And I was like, all right, if you guys aren't going to stop me, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
I was like, I get to be in the front this time. This will be fun. So yeah, that's why that's probably pretty bass driven on the instrumentation side.
That chorus came together like right away.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, we should do the stop start thing, and then I immediately was singing on those off points where they da 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 da, and that like before the words were there, like I was like, that's definitely the structure for the chorus for me to be singing in between. I thought was really cool. But yeah, that was actually a really fun one to write.
The recording was fun too.
Is that?
Yeah, the recording.
facetious,
That's
Joe.
a
Is that
great
song?
time.
That's probably the funniest story we have for recordings. So
Heck yeah.
so there's a friend of ours who had been working at Thriller Records, and she finally came and saw one of our shows, and she was, "Oh my God, I want to submit that song. We play it live." And she goes, "How quickly can you get to me?" And I was like, "I mean, pretty quick, because I do studio work, but I didn't own a studio at the time, so I was like, I could bang this out, right?" And she's like, "Well, give it to me the next 2
In our
days."
apartment.
And I was like, 2 days, got it. So we all went over to our apartment. I had a Scarlett 2i2 and Pro Tools, and that's where I put the bass tracks down to a click. Our drummer was at his place doing his parts to a click with, I think he was on Logic, and then both of our
Okay.
guitarists did it into Ableton at one of our guitarists' place, and then we had her in the closet with a crappy mic just going for it.
Yeah.
And
when you hear it live, I definitely sound better, I think.
And then for the mastering of it, we sent it to my brother. So all this was done for free. We sent it to my brother, who is an electronic artist, but he's kind of a genius when it comes to like mixing, mastering. So I did the rough mix, made sure everything was edited, sent it to him, and he finished it off.
Yeah.
So it's
you.
definitely a rough take of that song. We do want to.
It was literally a demo recording.
So
we
that
Oh
one,
wow. Okay.
that one is going to get re-recorded and come out a little more punchy, like it is live.
Yeah.
So we're excited
For
for that.
sure.
It does just go to show you, though, that, you know, sometimes the best things happen spontaneously. I mean,
Oh,
just things happen. You know, like Joe said, he made a mistake and it turned into a riff that turned into our most popular song now. So,
Heck
you know,
yeah.
it just goes to show you that, like, you know, music is not always like a whole like equation kind of thing. Sometimes you just put stuff out there and it just clicks.
Mhm.
I know we're coming
Heck
short
yeah.
on time, but I did want to ask you a question about Fragments. And, you know, listening to that song, it was like someone had a relationship that completely fell apart, and it was full of betrayal, lies, and you wrote this song about this relationship. Am I correct, or is that?
Yeah, kind of an amalgamation of a couple of them.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
couple of mine, couple of hers.
Oh yeah, this was
I'll
all for
put
me.
them together,
so.
man.
Oh, it's
But
all you.
Oh yeah, this is drawn from my. I had plenty. He had lots, but I wrote this from my personal stuff.
We're really
Put
outing each
them out
other right
there.
now.
Yeah, we're not gonna lie. We've
Good
been
Lord.
through it, man.
Hey, remember the
But
1
yeah.
year anniversary now.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow's our 1 year wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
So
She
that's
gonna
why
smother you with that pillow. You better watch out.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not a unique experience though. Unfortunately, abusive relationships are all too common. So this
Right.
was for anyone who has been through that and needs to sing out their frustrations, needs to just kind of be in the sorrow of it. With the song, someone out there understands them, and that's kind of what that was about. I will say, I know you mentioned specifically the reference of Black Star.
Mhm.
It's literally a reference, a call to Radiohead's Black Star. That is that one talks about like a deep depression kind of filled relationship situation over there as well.
Right.
So but also the concept of a black star, it sucks everything into it. It's a black hole. So when you collapse into your black star, it's they're a pit of negativity. They're emotional vampire, and they're pulling you in, and you've lost yourself. So that's a little fun fact. That's actually a Radiohead reference.
Right. Well, speaking of fun, let's have some fun now. You guys recently opened up for Silent Theory.
Yes.
Talk about that experience. I believe Outlier played that
Oh,
show
he's
as
gonna
well.
start
Talk about that
Yeah.
show. And,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
know.
We recently done the interview with them guys. They're awesome.
Oh, cool.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Nice.
was really cool. That was a really cool experience for us. Shout out to Pete with Indoxa for putting us on that one.
Yeah. That's a great opportunity.
They kind of had the lineup set, and he just randomly was like, "Hey, come open. You guys are gonna kill it." We got really good crowd reception. We really enjoyed the lineup. Love all the bands we played with because that was with Silent Theory,
Major
Outlier,
Moment.
and Major Moment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we were
Strong
so
lineup.
I'd heard of Silent Theory going into it myself.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, yeah, 100% sign it. We're in. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. However we need to make it happen. But just the energy those guys bring to the show, it's also something we like to do as well. Like we realized by playing with bands who've been around for a while, like those guys, and like who have been on bigger stages. Like it doesn't matter what size stage you're on, what size the crowd is. Bring the fucking energy, and it'll feel like the best concert of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's
absolutely.
something,
Yeah.
and that's something we kind of we like. You'll see us like on stage. We'll be messing with each other the whole time. Like I'll go over and starts talking to Colby in his ear while he's trying to do an intricate solo. He's like, "Please shut up, I'm working." But like it's that fun. It's that fun camaraderie. Like Corey missed one of his drums and hit himself in the leg, and he just screams "ow!" And I was like, "Shut up." I'm working. He's like you. Like it's just
We don't
like,
let people live down mistakes in this band.
oh, 100% not. No, I can't tell you how many times I will mess up a set order or something. And I'm like, let's do it, guys, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, oh crap. But
Well,
yeah, it's
speaking of that,
Yeah.
I was going to say, speaking of that, you guys also have a Battle of the Bands coming up, the Battle to LA
yes.
on January 3rd. Let's talk about that. And whose butt do you want to kick out of those bands?
Everyone.
All of them.
Just kidding, just kidding.
all of
With
them.
all the love and respect, we want to kick everyone's
Oh,
butt.
yeah.
Funny thing with because the pheromones are on that one, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember right, the pheromones are on that one. So funny enough, Zach, their old guitarist who moved to Nashville, was our old guitarist as well.
But when we
Back
okay.
when we did covers.
Yeah.
So we've known the pheromones for a little bit that way.
Yeah. they're great.
Because we used to have to yell at each other about who's going to get him for practice on a certain week and who's going to schedule the gigs first. But yeah, we're excited to share the lineup with all those guys. We've been checking out all the bands. They look really awesome.
Mhm.
We think it's gonna be an
We're
amazing
excited.
event. Obviously, we're a little biased. We think we're gonna win.
We'll
course.
see. We'll see.
But that's just us, We,
I'm really looking
But we
forward
gotta
to
have
heading
some
over to
faith in
LA,
ourselves,
baby.
right?
gotta believe in
Yeah.
ourselves a little
We
bit.
really want to go out there to the
Love to go to LA.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I've
Heck yeah.
heard stories
Yeah.
of the Viper Room being a great room.
For anyone local or willing to go down to it's at
Lake Worth.
Propaganda, down south. We would really love the audience there because that's part of the metrics for
Yeah.
winning. We
Yeah.
definitely need all the people out there, all the fans that we can get to support us for this because
Yeah.
it will actually make the difference between us.
Everybody
not
gets a
going
free
to LA.
t-shirt. I'm just kidding.
Get out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. You paying for that?
I'll tell you what,
I can pull some
while,
strings.
while we're talking about that, can you tell everyone where we can find your music?
Oh, for sure. I mean, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Pandora.
I think we have SoundCloud too, don't we?
We did, but it's very not
Pretty much
updated.
all streaming
Our
platforms.
SoundCloud,
Pretty much everything. We
SoundCloud
try to make it very accessible. We do have our website and our like whole link tree with all those in our Instagram profile, and we just recently got our Facebook going. There you go.
There you go. Good job, Colby.
Yeah,
Screenshot
we
it,
just got our
clip
Facebook up and running too. So
I was going
It's
to
all
say
interconnected.
something else we're about to roll out as well, which is a good way to get a hold of us and stay connected with us as people. We are starting up a Discord where you can just pop in, and I'm always on Discord. I'm a gamer.
Same.
yeah,
Colby's a
we
gamer.
game
So
a
we're,
lot.
if you have a question for the
Okay.
band, we're in there, man. Just shoot us a text in there.
Yeah.
We're like, we're a small band, hometown. Like we're still here to hang out. So
Yeah.
come
Heck
hang out with
yeah.
us, play games, relax. We'll be sending that link out probably next week. We're just doing the final construction of the Discord, making sure all the
Yeah.
little bells and whistles are ready to go.
See, disease and
And by the
disease
way,
and myself
you
are
guys can
gamers.
also.
Hell yeah.
By the way, you guys also have been mainstays with us for quite a while on Static Shift Radio, right?
Absolutely,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely,
Heck yeah.
absolutely. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Favorite venue, dream venue, and who would you most like to open up for?
Oh, all right. I'm gonna need to think. Connor, you want to
My-
kick that one off?
Favorite venue so far that we play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Honestly, there's the local venue, Conduit is
Yeah.
that's always usually pretty fun to play, especially if it gets packed out. Usually gets pretty good
Mhm.
crowd response. But a personal one for me, because I'm a stagehand at House of Blues, so I'm always having to load in all these bands' gear for them. So I'm always telling my stage manager, it's like my stage manager that one of these days we're gonna come in and finally get to play one of these shows, whether it's us on a tour
Heck
or
yeah.
opening for a band, which hopefully I can get us a lead in on that at some point. But that would be, yeah, definitely House of Blues or something adjacent like hard rock would be really satisfying for me
Yep.
personally to play. But obviously
yeah.
the dream one would always be like Amway or something like that. But that's way down the road, hopefully.
And then who are you trying to open for, Connor? Who's the dream, brother?
I'll throw a curveball. For me personally, I've always wanted to open for Nickelback.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Solid.
Colby,
Hey,
I'll
you
pass
can
Definitely.
knock it if you
Is
want,
it me?
but they do have some great material. People can hate on them if they want
Hell
to.
yeah.
I never hated on them. I didn't understand the hate, but I was never like a listener.
It was
But
kind of funny though. The memes were great.
I feel
Well,
like Sugar Ray also caught a lot of strays off that, but it's okay.
In the last few years,
We
so
love her
people are
for
starting to turn around on them.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Colby, I'll pass to you, brother.
Okay. I'd say there is a venue down in Tampa that I've played one time. I can't remember the name of it, but it had this giant Frogger machine. It was a giant Frogger arcade machine. It was so cool.
wow.
I remember playing there. It was sick. But the one that I can remember, also Conduit. Conduit is a great venue. It's really evolved over the years. I've played at Conduit since it used to be called the Haven. It's great venues, great stage, great sound. Me personally, one place that I want to play at so badly is Madison Square Garden. I'd love to get
Hey,
over
yeah.
there, especially because I'm a basketball fan. Go to the mecca of basketball. And I think somebody that I'd personally like to open up the most. It's got to be between the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Incubus, either of those bands.
Heck yeah.
You want to go? You want me to go?
I can go. Okay, so I think, yeah, Conduit, honestly. I think we've all been saying it, but that's definitely, it's a great place. Sound-wise.
Yeah, Darren.
I
Darren
just-
always kills it in there for us.
Yeah. And just, yeah, the general, like, ambiance of the place it's great. I mean, for a local venue, like, it doesn't feel like a small-time venue or with the right crowd in there and, you put in a good show. So I love Conduit. And they handle our sound really well.
Heck yeah.
I think dream venue, I mean, yeah, like Connor mentioned, definitely Kia Center eventually would be amazing.
Center would
I'd
be
love
sick,
to
too.
do Rockville.
Mm.
I think that would be a lot of fun and that we fit in there. Even like, I don't know. I would love to do a festival circuit at some point. I think that'd be fun. Even
Okay.
like Louder Than Life, Earth Day birthday around here. Like that stuff, that would be really fun to do, I think.
Which we're working on right now.
Yeah, we're we're trying to get out
we're
there.
trying to break an birthday this year. We'll see if it happens, but
We'll try.
our manager is working tirelessly at that right now.
Heck yeah.
And then for opening, I mean, the obvious probably would be Evanescence.
Hey.
But
Hey.
also like, I don't know, System would be really cool.
System
Yeah.
would be sick.
Yeah.
That
Oh.
would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, so I actually have two favorite venues, and it's a pretty close tie. I think Conduit does take the edge for me. I think because I've just the amount of shows we play there, like we play there quite a bit. It's our home venue. It feels like home turf almost. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go, like when you play football, you
Okay.
enjoy the other team's fields, but like there's nothing like playing on your own dirt.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of how I feel for me. I feel like it's like our playground of like, hey, these are our people. They know us. This is our crowd. This is where we know we can go sell out our show and just absolutely rock the stage for the night. But a
Excellent.
close tie for me is a venue in West Palm called Banyan Live. We the Kings just played there recently. I think Red Jump 2 Apparatus is playing down there.
Did we the Kings do it?
Alright.
Yeah,
I
but,
just see it.
beautiful stage, beautiful room, giant room. So
Yeah,
I really enjoyed
it's a
that.
gorgeous venue.
I also want to shout out the barn. We opened for Plush there
True.
recently.
Yeah, good
Um,
place too. Yeah.
That's my hometown, baby.
Barn was a hell of a time up in Sanford.
Yeah.
That was a really cool venue. But yeah, those are like my top three that we played.
I agree.
For dream places, this is kind of one of those ones where I have never been, but I know I want to go so bad every time I see footage, and it's Red Rocks. I would love to play that amphitheater so much. Same with this one. This one's less of a reach, but more of a personal, like, hey, that's a cool thing. Is the St. Augustine Amphitheater actually?
Okay.
I've seen many concerts there. I am in love with that stage. I'm in love with the amphitheater. I think is one of the best sounding live venues I've been to ever. Just because it's the perfect size of like you can pump decibels in there and not have to deal with a second stack of delays, but then you have a nice, that's definitely a dream spot for me to hop on stage and be like, all right, we did this.
Awesome.
And then for opening, it is a tie between two. I would really love to open for Deftones. I think that would just be so
Ooh.
fucking fun because
Dude, that would be sick, bro.
Yeah.
their crowd is rabid, and I know that we would just roll with it. And then also Breaking Benjamin.
Okay, yeah.
They're a
Yeah.
big personal influence for me the way I play.
In general.
We got to see them at Rockville, and I mean, talk about a band who's just as good live as they are.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
one of those bands where, because you go see bands and you're like, okay, I saw them live. They were whatever
Right.
happened.
Mm.
And then third one for me is Chevelle. I would love to share
Oh,
stage with
I
Chevelle.
love some Chevelle, bro.
Love some
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's like my top three.
Heck
Gotta get with those guys before
Yeah.
they stop touring.
Heck yeah.
Since everybody else did more than one dream venue, I'm going to
Here
go
we
ahead.
go.
I think some more local ones that are attainable in the next couple of years. I think the Mid-Florida Credit Amphitheater down in Tampa.
Oh yeah.
That'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
a great one to play. I've seen so many bands come through there. And then a bigger one, I think, get a spot at Camping World. That'd be awesome.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be great.
Okay. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That'd
big
be
dreams, big aspirations.
We're ambitious.
We're
Yeah.
ambitious. We're shooting, man. Let's go right now.
Stay ambitious. Seriously, stay that way. Stay that way your whole career.
Oh,
I'm telling you, stay ambitious. Don't get stagnant. Don't stop being hungry. Don't get
Yeah, no.
content.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For pizza, though, it's a white pizza disease.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you why that's on there. That's on there. It's a running joke behind the scenes because I really try to pay our bands the utmost respect and do my homework and my research because I've watched so many interviews where somebody will get on and ask some BS question like,
Yeah.
"What's your favorite pizza?" And I'm like,
Food or
"Dude,
whatever.
dude, no." come
like
on, man.
generic
And,
questions.
yeah, like, come on, man.
I
But
appreciate it, man.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, we enjoyed you coming on tonight, you guys. And Connor, wish you could have, showed yourself, our work. No,
You wouldn't
You
want
would
to
have
see
made
my
all
face.
the.
Trust me. You don't. You don't want to see it.
no, you're all good, bro.
You're gonna have to come see it at a show then.
He's
Get
mocking
you some
everybody if he
tickets.
turns
And
on the
Corey.
camera.
Yeah,
Well-
Corey, wherever he is.
He's
I'll tell you
working.
what, guys,
He got stuck.
enjoy y'all's 1 year anniversary. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we enjoy your music, Kobe,
It's
Connor,
much appreciated.
Vanessa. Ferg, you got one more question?
Can we do one more? Can we do just one more? This is fun.
For sure.
On your official page, one of your promo photos is in the shape of a guitar
Oh,
pick.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
They're talking about the
No, I know it. I know it. I actually just really liked the shape in general, and it fit the photo because we're in that little chevron. So not totally, but I was like, that's cute, that's convenient, that it fits our photo framing. So
That's cool.
A little
Actually. I
bit.
didn't notice that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I was like, it's perfect. We're a band, so
It's very intentional on my
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, right.
for sure. Yeah.
Well, guys, that's a wrap on today's episode of BS.
Thank you for having us, man.
Wag.
Thank you so
Hey,
much.
thanks for
Hey,
coming
we
on.
enjoyed
Thanks for sharing your time. Time is valuable, so we really appreciate the heck out of you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Once we end the show, just hang out for a second. But big love to the band Black Heart Society for hanging with us and sharing their sound and story. Y'all go check them out. Support their music. And from all of us here at BS and Hawaii and Static Shift Radio, happy holidays. Wishing you good music, good laughs, and great times ahead.